I'm David Hogan, the publisher of the Leeds Herald. And before we get to after the game highlights and pregame show with Coach Keith Etheredge, I'd like to take a moment to talk about corporate sponsorship. Corporate sponsorship makes this show possible. A video of this type takes time and money, and without corporate sponsorship, we simply couldn't bring it to you. But corporate sponsorship does so much more. Part of the advertising fee goes directly to the Leeds High football team, giving back to this wonderful program. Just like we've seen this program give back to our community for years. Coach Etheredge and his football staff, along with the Green Wave football teams, have always reached out to our communities, just like they did during the April tornadoes, reaching out, doing yard work, mowing lawns, moving limbs, and doing so much more. They believe in our community, and we do too, and we thank our corporate sponsors for allowing this show to happen and for giving to the Leeds High football program. Thank you so much.
Coach, welcome to another After the Game highlights and pregame show. I have a check here for you for $300 for a sponsorship presented by me.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Alexander.
I know you need money for equipment, and we appreciate you. And I want you to go on to win the state championship again. I think you have a good shot at it.
Thank you. That'll go a long ways. Thank you.
Coach, last week you defeated St. Clair County 41-0 for your first shutout of this year. Tell us about the defense in the game that caused this.
Well, we did get our first shutout of the year, and our defense has been playing good all year. I think we could have had a couple more shutouts, but we try to let our young guys play at the end and do a good job of that. Our coaches do a good job of getting those guys in and letting them play a little bit. We're not really worried about that as long as we win. But I think it's great for the kids. It's a rivalry game, St. Clair County, and we play well offensively and defensively. Defensively, we really got after them. I think they had 40-something total yards offense, and I don't think they completed a pass on that. So that was, a good all-around football game for our guys.
Coach, you had almost 400 yards of offense, 261 on the ground, and 133 in the air. Can you tell us how your offense was clicking that night and how you achieved this?
Well, blocked well up front is the first thing. Our guys up front did a great job of opening up some big holes for our running backs, and our running backs did a good job of hitting it up in there. And, we're a grinded out team, so they did a good job the other night of really getting first downs, moving the chains, and keeping drives alive. I think the score was 41-0 about midway through the third quarter, and we decided to let some younger guys play, and they did a good job when they came in too. Devontae Smith's throwing the ball a lot better. We feel comfortable with him throwing the ball, and our receivers did a great job the other night. Dylan Shelton, T.J. Phillips, Ry Falletta, and Christian Blaylock. All four of those guys did a great job of catching the ball and are going up and getting the ball and coming down with it.
Coach, tonight you face Central Coosa at Central Coosa. Can you tell us about the Cougars this year?
They've struggled this year. We're going to go up there and hopefully get out of there with no injuries and get hopefully get a win. They've got some good athletes. They're young up front, and I think that's why they've struggled. The quarterback's probably one of the best we've seen so far. They've got good receivers and good backs, but I think why they've struggled is they're young up front. They're not real big up front, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage and get some of our big bodies on those guys and pound out some yards and get some stops on defense. And I think we played them in a Thursday Night Lights game last year and beat them. I want to say it was 61-6 or nothing or something like that. And a lot of guys got a lot of playing time, and that's what you like to see at this time of year. Get some guys that catch your eye and maybe get a chance to play it a little more, next week. So we're going up there. We always use the adage, no matter who you're playing, respect the team you're playing, and kill an ant with a sledgehammer. It don't matter how good or how bad somebody is. You're going up there, you play the same way every time you step on the field, and our kids do that. They do it with a lot of pride and a lot of passion, and that's why they've been successful.
Coach, I see that you're still in the hunt for the state championship. Could you tell us a little about that?
Yes, sir. We still have a chance to win the region. We lost one to Clay County. We've got Hanley 9th ball game. You know, we got 3 region games before that game, but if we win out, beat Hanley, you know, we can still win the region outright, because it goes to a tiebreaker, and it goes to non-region opponents in your classification or above. Well, we always play bigger schools in our non-region games for that very reason. You know, and some of the other schools, Hanley and Clay County, both played smaller schools. So, you know, that plays into our advantage. And having 1-1 already against a 4A school, and then 1-1 before with Alexander against a 4A school. So we have 2 4A wins, and then we have the Moody game, 10th game, and you know, if we win that one, we'll have 3 wins against teams in our classification or above.
And I would like to thank you for being a part of the show today. Thank you.
I'd like to ask everybody to come out and support the Green Wave. Make the trip down to Central Coosa. I know it's a long haul, but it'll be well worth it, I assure you. Watch these guys, you know, play. Also want to say that next week is homecoming, and want you to check the Leeds Herald for information regarding homecoming. They'll have it all listed, the whole schedule, and I think homecoming. Tommy Joe, don't we have something going on with your class?
We sure do. They're going to recognize the class of 1961 at halftime at homecoming, and I will be able to see a lot of my old friends again, and I'm certainly looking forward to that.
Awesome. Roll Green Wave.
Roll Green Wave.